Let's start with a little time travel. Picture this. Arthur Fonzarelli, better known as the Fonz, the epitome of cool and happy days. Leather jacket, bootcut jeans, and that unmistakable swagger. Back in the 70s, he symbolized everything young people aspired to. Ironic, though, isn't it? The show, set in the 50s and 60s, reflected a nostalgic take on an earlier era's ideals of what was in. The creators had a strategy. They mined their own youth to define cool for a younger audience. But that's the thing about chasing cool. It's a moving target, often dictated by someone else's memories or fleeting trends. Now, you might be wondering where this is all headed. Coolness, what it means, who defines it, and why we chase it is a fascinating concept, especially when viewed through the lens of age and experience. Let's get straight to the point. The quest to be cool can trap us in an endless loop of dissatisfaction, one where we shape ourselves to meet someone else's standards instead of embracing who we really are. Think about it. As we grow older, the shine of chasing trends tends to dull. What once seemed vital, the right clothes, the perfect music taste, the crowd's approval, starts to feel, well, irrelevant. And this isn't a bad thing. In fact, it's a sign of growth. The priorities shift. It's less about fitting into a mold and more about carving out a space that feels like home, where you don't have to twist and turn to meet someone else's expectations. True coolness, if we can even call it that, isn't about the external. It's about internal harmony. The confidence that comes from knowing yourself and being okay with who you are. When we're young, especially in our 20s, the pressure to conform can be overwhelming. Society, media, and the ever-present gaze of social networks often push us to mold ourselves into what's hot at the moment. The catch: trends fade. What's adored today can be forgotten tomorrow. This isn't to say there's anything wrong with experimenting, especially when you're figuring out who you are. Exploration is a key part of the process. It's how you discover what resonates and what doesn't. But the danger lies in letting these external influences dictate your self-worth. Trying to fit into a trend for the sake of approval can leave you with more regrets than rewards. A closet full of mistakes and memories of moments where you didn't feel like yourself. Fonz knew this. He was the king of cool not because he followed trends, but because he stayed true to who he was. His leather jacket wasn't just a style statement. It was an extension of his personality. And the nerds? He didn't disdain them for their quirks, but for their willingness to abandon them just to fit in. For those in their 20s, there's something magical about this phase. You've got a unique window where your instincts and creativity align with the zeitgeist. If you're feeling inspired, act on it. The world has a way of responding to authenticity, and there's no better time to dive into what makes you you. But here's the kicker. This lesson isn't just for the young. It's a reminder for everyone that the pursuit of cool is a trap. A facade will always crack under pressure. Comfort, true, unshakable comfort in your own skin, is where the magic happens. So, let the idea of being cool slide into the background. It's fleeting, ever-changing, and honestly a distraction. Instead, focus on what feels genuine, or what makes you happy. Do what fuels your soul, and surround yourself with people who see the real you. In the end, coolness isn't what people think of you. It's what you think of yourself when the noise fades, and you're left with just your thoughts. So let's leave the act behind. Step into our authenticity and embrace the kind of comfort that can't be imitated. After all, isn't it the kind of legacy worth leaving?